What's up guys, and welcome back to another video. Today's video I focus on the Rugby World Cup and the referees that are taking place into this World Cup. Now, because this World Cup is probably set to be one of the most competitive tournaments we are yet to see, it's important that the refereeing during all the matches that take place, whether it's a big game and a not so big game, the key is that they need to be consistent throughout the entire tournament. We can't have situations where games get destroyed because of an incorrect decision or a mistake here or a missed tackle or a miss reading here and there. It's going to be very important for them to really take on this tournament with every aspect on their body, to really concentrate and focus on what could be an outstanding rugby event. Now, there's always talks of a moment where a referee blinder has affected a game. I mean, last World Cup in the final between New Zealand and Australia, a lot of people blamed Craig Gobert for a decision that cost the Wallabies. I know strongly in 2011. South Africans blame Bryce Lawrence for us losing against the Wallabies as well. I mean, there's been instances with Wayne Barnes and that one forward pass when New Zealand took on France, if I'm not mistaken. There's always been a situation where one looks back at the referee, and firstly, it's one of the hardest jobs in the world because you've got to keep your eye on the ball, you've got to keep focused, you've got to keep fit and up to date. I wouldn't want to be a referee because the pressure that's on you is absolutely unreal. But they've taken the job because it's a passion, it's a dream, it's what they want to do to either continue their rugby career or begin it as a referee official. So they know what's at stake for them as they approach this Rugby World Cup. So it's going to be absolutely epic. But like I said, the key is to be consistent with each and every game. I mean, you can't have favoritism, you can't have whether you like a team or not, the biasness and all that jazz. They need to be legit and call it down the middle from the start to the end of the game. Now, we've seen instances where the cards are given and it totally transforms an entire game. Let's go back a few weeks when the Wallabies took on the All Blacks and the All Blacks lost with Scott Barrett getting that red card. It totally changed the game. We've seen instances where Owen Farrell's tackle wasn't carded because apparently it's in the legal limit. It's those kind of things that is where I'm talking about consistency, because one different shoulder tackle to another might look different to another referee or another fan or another TMO. And that's the key of consistency, so that they know that each call is equally looked at the same and reprimanded or called back also equally. Because just now we could see Dwayne Vermeulen pull on the shoulder against, let's say, Kieran Reid kind of thing. And then in the final, the same thing happens. Kieran Reid pulls it on Dwayne Vermeulen and nothing gets called kind of thing. So that's the key to the referee. And I'm a bit nervous with certain refs. Point, Garcia and the other Frenchman. I purely personally think they are the weakest referees in world rugby. I don't like the way they call the game. I think they're inconsistent, and I'm very nervous of them. The best ref for me is Nigel Owens. I think he always calls it down the middle. He's fair, he explains his reasoning, and he's always to the point of why he's made a decision and will back it up majority of the time. He's human, yes, he's made mistakes, and some calls have been not great, but that's the game of rugby that we need to accept it whether we like it or not. I'm going to go through the list of referees and give my thoughts on it. Wayne Barnes, I know a lot of people love to hate him, but I don't have a problem with him. I think he's pretty straightforward. Luke Pierce, England, not too familiar with him. Jerome Garcia, not a fan at all. Roman Point, not a fan at all. Pascal Gozera, not a fan at all. Matteo Reynal, that's another French. There's 4 French referees that are actually the refs, not the assistants or TMOs, referees. So there's another one. I don't know Reynal too much. Nigel Owens from Wales, we know him very well. One of the best in the world. Jaco Piper from South Africa, not my favourite referee, but he has had these good moments. Ben O'Keefe from New Zealand, we know him. Paul Williams from New Zealand, Nick Berry from Australia, Angus Gardner from Australia. All these referees have 457 tests, to their name if we combine it. So they've got a lot of experience, but they are the odd missing one. But alas, these things happen. Assistant referees, we've got Matthew Carley from England, Carl Dickinson, Andrew Brace, Brendan Pickerel, Federico Azimli, Argentine, Kubo from Japan, Alex Rus from France, and these assistants have a total of 130 tests to their name. Obviously, they have the assistants, so they don't need to be as experienced. And our TMO, Graham Hughes from England, Rowan Kitt from England, Ben Skeen from New Zealand, and Marius Jonker from South Africa. So interesting bunch of referees there. Obviously, we know majority of our main refs, and obviously TMOs. Assistants I'm not too familiar with, but I think once we see them on the face, it's going to be, we'll remember who they are. But all I ask as a fan who enjoys neutral rugby, unbiased rugby, is that we see consistency from the referees throughout the whole tournament, especially in the knockout games. Look, as a fan, you don't normally generally love the refs, but I do have a lot of respect for them, and I do respect the position that they're in. Obviously, I have my favourites, and I don't, and I have my dislikes of refs. But overall, we're in the Rugby World Cup. It's going to be one of the most competitive tournaments ever, and I feel the key is to be consistent and to be fair and call it down the middle. And if so, TMO is there for a reason. Call to them. Don't just make a decision because you think. Call to the TMO. TMOs also need to be alert to call on foul play, harsh movement. Otherwise, we're just going to see a walkover World Cup. That's something we don't want to see as fans, and the players don't want to see. We don't want to see careers destroyed. We want to see them progress and get further. And that goes for the referees as well. So I'm just hoping for consistency and a great tournament overall. It's going to be the best rugby tournament yet, and I can't wait. So I wish every referee taking part in this tournament all the best of luck. It's going to be one hell of a job, and you're going to have the boos on you or the cheers. But I wish you the best of luck, because we're wishing our players the best of luck. But you got the toughest job in the world, and I hope we can call it fair and square. That's going to do it for today's video, guys. Let me know your thoughts. Are you worried about the referees, or aren't you? Do you think it's going to be called down the middle? Let me know in the comment section down below. Subscribe if you are new. Hit the like button. And I'll see you guys real soon for another video. Stay safe and never give up. Cheers.